I'm counting now.
Okay.
I repeat. And no, she took everybody from Homewood campus. It's like 7 or 8 vacancies.
Come with me.
To the boys.
Oh yeah, that's what people do.
Welcome to the lounge on WMSKOnlineradio.com, home of the Cheryl Underwood Morning Show. I am one of your hosts, your boy RL,
And Blackjack.
and we are here getting together, getting it going. We weren't here last week. I had to take a break. Unfortunately, it was one of the things that just kind of happened. They scheduled my baby's first baseball game, and I couldn't miss that. The 7 and 5, I couldn't miss that, and I had to be there, and I wouldn't have heard the end of that. I've been to everybody's first except for the 7 and 5-year-old. First, I want to give a salute to all the vets who gave their life defending this country. I know people get Memorial Day kind of confused.
They do.
You know, they want to. Well, happy Memorial Day, Ramona.
Yeah, they want to correlate that with Veterans Day. Like, whoa. I'm still, yeah.
I made it. I'm above ground.
Right.
So, you know, it's for those who gave their lives. And like I said in a post earlier in the week, I want people to realize that majority of the individuals who have gave their lives are between the ages of 18 and 24. These are young men and women who some just graduated high school and went to service and, you know, and, paid the ultimate sacrifice. So prayers to them and their families. It's not an easy thing. I have a good friend of mine, good family, known them since I was like 5, and they lost their daughter over 10 years ago. And the Green family, I love you. Prayers for you guys. I know it wasn't difficult. It's still not difficult. But the state of Maryland have done a great job in producing several memorials for her throughout Baltimore, Maryland. So salute to the state of Maryland, and again, salute to all those who gave their lives and those who lost loved ones. Black Jet! What up, man? How was Memorial Day? You told me your family reunion.
Family reunion on Sunday, shared some time with one of our aunts on Saturday. Let me speak on that real quick. All right, this is the intro. With me and my cousins and my siblings, what we decided to do on one side of the family, we wanted to give out roses to our parents and, of course, our aunts and uncles. All the cousins, we would take each individual aunt or uncle out, but they didn't know that all of their nephews and nieces would be there. The majority, let me say the majority, because all didn't show. The majority would be there once they walked through the door, and we would yell surprise. And what we did is we just celebrated them for that one day, paid for their meal at a nice restaurant, and gave a monetary donation with a card. And sometimes we gave pictures. And I think it's important that family should do that for the matriarchs of the family, because they're not going to always be here. And if everything goes the way that life should, they will die before you. So why not celebrate them now and let them know how you feel about them. And every aunt uncle that we've done it for thus far, touch their heart. That's all they talk about when we say it. I love y'all for what y'all did. It was unexpected. It was out of the blue. It wasn't their birthday. You understand?
Yeah.
It was just because.
I like that. Like I said, I'm still that.
Yeah.
You gotta give them their roses now.
Yeah.
Show the love and appreciation for your family. And we've had a show on that. It's so important. You gotta give back to giving back to our loved ones, the ones who paved the way for us. Exactly. Somehow, some way, whether it was watching you as a child or they raised your parents. They protected and kept your parents.
Exactly, right.
And allowed your parents to have a good life, and that good life, you came about. You definitely got to give back to our families, man.
Mhm.
We got to show them love. It's just so many things going on in the world today. We need a little bit more love out here. So I'm definitely going to steal that.
Okay.
Talk to my cousins about doing something.
You can definitely take it. I give it to you right now.
Thank you, bro.
Right here. You can take it.
What's up, Miss Wanda? Yeah. So my weekend was cool. And like I said, I've been following the trend that you follow.
Okay.
Just trying to do more with family, do more with friends.
Mhm.
Stop putting it off.
Right.
Just connecting. If there's any little, petty little riff we may have had in the past, like let's not even bring it up. Let's just forget about it.
Yeah.
Let's start the day, start fresh, and move forward.
Right.
And so that's all I've been doing. Looking forward to this weekend
Mm-hmm.
and the next weekend. Every weekend starting 2 weekends ago, we had something with someone.
And see, that's awesome.
That's it. Like
awesome.
I said, just looking forward to it. And I'm having a really good time.
It's really good for the soul.
It feels good to
Good
connect
for
with
the
your
soul.
family and friends.
It just is.
It's
Nothing like it.
It feels really good.
And I try to stress it to my lifelong friends. And for those who don't know what lifelong friends are, is those individuals that you grew up with from tender age of maybe 12 to 15, maybe 16, and y'all still friends.
Yeah.
Y'all still go to each other events, you still hang out. That's a lifelong friend, depending on your age. And I try to tell them, my male circle, hey, guys, it's important. I said, what we do as friends is we take our friendship and life for granted.
We do.
As if we're always going to be here.
We do.
And
exactly.
I'm gonna say this right now. I know this is not the religious show, the stuff that comes out of our mouth. But I thank God for all my friends that I consider lifelong friends are still here with me.
Amen.
So,
and that's, I'm glad you said that because our mouths are horrible sometimes. Raven Nation, baby. But I'm telling you, the best thing that I could have done was get me, my wife, and our children got baptized in October last year. Got back involved in the church and been truly blessed by so many different things the last almost 10 months. Mm-hmm. So, shout out to JC.
That's what's up.
So, we got a good show tonight. We got a good show tonight, and we're going to start off with a little something to get us going because it actually connects with the show that we're going to have. We're about to speak on the Inner Harbor incident with the thousands of kids that were down in the harbor.
Yeah, let's speak on it.
So it was 100, 200, 300. They said 500 youth.
Okay.
Youths. 500 youths.
Okay.
Running wild down in the harbor this past weekend.
Definitely.
It was. I don't know if it was 500.
Right.
I watched the video. I watched several videos.
So you saw about 50.
It was about 50, 60. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
Right.
50, 60 running around, jumping on cars, fighting. It's like 500. It's 500 in your mind. Mm-hmm. Okay. Before we even get to the police.
Go ahead. Okay.
These kids are out of control.
Absolutely.
These kids. It's just a random act of violence. It just terrorizes.
I'm going to disagree with you. We saw some acts of violence.
Yeah, we saw some acts of violence.
But it's a act of mischievous amongst these youth. They're doing too much.
They are
doing too much.
They're doing too much. But they was whooping ass. And I'm gonna tell you, it almost looked as if they planned it, and then they just said, "Let's see what happens." Because if you watch the video, right, one video I saw, you see the kids running alongside each other.
Right.
They go about 20 yards, stop, fight.
Okay.
Whoever get in the way, or whoever they see, they fight them. But then they would take off running again. Now the dude that you was just fighting, you're running alongside with. And I seen it like 3 different times. It was a dude with a black shirt and a dude with a little white shirt on. And I'm just watching like, are they playing? What are they doing?
Right.
But then I seen them jump on that white man, and I see him take his bike, and they was beating him. I seen him. I said, what?
Was he in the bike lane though? Was he in the bike lane, or was he just riding amongst random traffic with the cars.
You know what?
Because there's a safe zone inside the bike lanes, if you didn't know.
There's a safe zone in the bike lane.
There's a safe zone.
This man is crazy.
Listen,
So,
I'm not for the random acts of violence. Let me be clear with that.
but you're saying if he wasn't in the bike lane.
It's fair game because they was just running, and some of the kids need to get away a little faster. What's to do? You know, take him off this bike. I need to get out of here.
Man. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to come back to that. But
that was just me being an A.O., but
what the
it was terrible. It was terrible.
It was disturbing.
Yeah.
It was disturbing,
Yeah.
and it was just out of control. And I sat there and I sat back and I'm like, where the hell are all these kids' parents?
They was at cookouts. Those children that was downtown was probably between the age of maybe 14, we take it up to 18, with some young adult teens, 19.
And there was some little kids out there.
Okay.
It looked to be about 10 to 12.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody who's seen one video, you got to see the multiple videos because as funny as this is funny to me, Baltimore City was able to release video footage. They can't release video footage for anything else.
For no shootings.
But they released the footage for the Inner Harbor incident with all these kids. And I'm gonna tell you,
and it was in color.
Yeah, it was in color and it was clear. That footage was horrible. It really showed just how out of control our kids are. And I remember going to the harbor, 25,
30 deep.
30, yeah, but 25, but it wasn't like that.
It wasn't. You was just deep. But guess what? That was pre-camera phone.
Yeah.
Pre-body cam. Because guess what happened? When you came across a crew or somebody you didn't like, what happened?
And you got it on.
Exactly.
You got it on.
It was a fight. Police came to the scene, broke up the disturbance, get your dumb asses out of here, go somewhere, get that away from our good white folks down here in the harbor. And our tours from other states. Get that out of here. They don't need to see this part.
Definitely the tourists. That's what's
that's the problem. It's messing up that tourist money.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna want to come to Baltimore City down there in the harbor to the aquarium or do anything else.
That dry ass in the harbor.
Yeah. But they said the water's now you can swim in. They said the water's cleaning up now that people can swim in.
They've been pulling bodies out the harbor for years.
Well, they just pulled a dead dolphin out.
It ain't safe to swim. That dolphin was fine until he made a wrong left turn and wound up dead. So that speaks volume right there.
Yeah, but like we've been saying, it's out of control. Before you even blame anybody else, and I blame the parents.
Yes.
I blame the parents, and I don't blame the parents for what their kids did down in the harbor because they did that on their own. I spoke to my son yesterday. I was driving home, and I asked him, I said, "Did you hear about the Inner Harbor incident?"
Right.
And he said, "No, I didn't hear about it." So I told him about it, and I said, "Would you ever be a part of something like that?" And he said, "No, sir." I said, "Well, give me 3 reasons why you wouldn't be a part of it."
Okay.
First reason, he's like, "I have a lot to live for. I have a bright future. I want to do a lot of things."
Speaks volume right there. You raised him right. Go ahead.
Second thing, he said, "Y'all would kill me. Y'all would kill me if I did something like that." So I was like, I didn't even get the 3.
Didn't get the 3 because that would have been 1. I would have killed you first.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even got the 2.
You wouldn't even got to your future.
Exactly.
So, and I said, and I get caught up on this, and I said to him, that's what those kids are missing.
Lacking, right.
They're missing that fear
factor. That fear from that adult figure. They're missing it. Because, listen,
it's not.
It doesn't matter who's raising the child, the mother, the father, the tandem, the grandmother, the grandfather. It has to be a sense of fear if you go outside this house and misrepresent my name or who I am.
I'm big on that.
That I'm going to get you. Am I right?
I'm big on that.
Yes.
You carry a last name that I am proud of. My father worked 2 jobs for 20 years. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. She took care of all of us, put us through private school from pre-K 4 to 8th grade.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my last name means a lot to me. So when So I tell my children, do not go out here, like I said, and misrepresent this.
Don't go out there. Right.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And I knew he was going to say what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And my point to him was, that's what those kids are missing.
Right.
It's that fear factor. It's not that, oh, they're going to hurt me. No. We've done far too much for you.
Right.
For you to go out here and to jeopardize everything that we've done for you to put you in a position to be successful.
Okay.
That one day could ruin everything for you.
Now, you saw my post, and I was a little disappointed, not in your view, because that's what we are. Sometimes, I'm going to say 70 to 75% of the time, we agree with what we talk about.
Yeah.
We strong on it. But there's those other times, that other 30% or whatever, that we're going to have split opinions.
Yeah.
Now, I have posted the tweet that came from the FOP president. Can't remember his name. But I was disturbed pre-incident, because that tweet came out pre-incident.
Yeah.
Okay? That he's telling his officers to do your job, more or less do what you was taught, follow the decree, but be mindful, some of them are criminals. That was the whole problem I had with this whole tweet. Because if you are about your officers and about them doing their job, what they should be doing anyway, per policy, right? You had no reason to throw in there, some of them are criminals. That means you demonize the black youth, because that wasn't directed at white youth at all. You stereotype the black youth, right? By just calling them criminals. I'm not saying some of them probably haven't been to juvie at some point. I'm not saying that. But you, as a president of one of the biggest organizations outside of the NRA, let's be clear, because FOP speaks for all police agencies across this country, why would you stereotype the youth and say some of them are criminals?
I got you.
I had a problem with that.
Now, peep this. I read it, and
You read it?
I read it.
Okay.
And I like the part that he put in. Hey, look, we got policy and procedures. Make sure you be mindful to follow policy and procedures. And he said, hey, look, I know they're children,
but that was another part. I know they're children,
but treat them as criminals. It is a treat them. If it's criminal,
but some of them are criminals.
Some are criminals.
And now what you're doing is you're labeling them before they even been sentenced.
You're right.
Now, if you break a crime and you've been sentenced to something, yeah, that gives you a criminal intent for the rest of your life. Yeah, you're a criminal. You broke the law.
This is my thing.
Come on with it.
This is my thing.
Come on.
I didn't see it as racist because it didn't say black, white, or anything. What made it racist? I'm gonna tell you what made it racist.
What made it racist?
We all knew who was down the hall. We didn't know who.
We didn't
know. Hold on. We didn't know. He didn't say it, so we can't assume that's what they meant.
Okay.
But we knew what was down the hall.
We knew what was down the hall.
That's why I don't go down the hall.
Okay.
Because they I hate to say it, the gangs. Ain't no white gang down the hall.
Right. Well, did you see any white youth running with the crowd?
I saw one. But
that was the one that was on the step that kicked somebody in the face?
Yeah.
I said, what is going on?
I saw one, he was part of the crowd. Maybe he was cool with it. I don't know.
He was from South Baltimore. That doesn't count. Go ahead.
So I didn't see it as racist. And I felt bad that somebody had to say something like that, because the last few years in the harbor has been abysmal.
Right.
And unfortunately, our black youth are the cause.
Okay.
And that is the truth. It's the truth. I'm a black man. I won't go to the harbor.
Well,
I won't go because of the gangs. It's different now. It is way different now than it was when we came up. It is. If you go down there, it's Memorial Day weekend.
It's holiday.
It's holiday.
Right.
Dog, that broke. Can you imagine having your family down there?
All I'm saying, I'm 48. I remember the days of going down the harbor. Did my parents take me down the harbor? No.
No.
No, they didn't.
We
We went with our crew.
Mhm.
As we became young adults, you took your girl. It was something to do. Guess what? I'm not impressed with the harbor anymore. I don't need to see it anymore. You got the same 5 shops that you had forever. Drew Hill ain't down there anymore singing at the Fudgery. What's at the harbor?
No.
Not a damn thing. You need to blow the aquarium up, build that somewhere else, and start over. The Science Center.
They tried.
Come on.
The racing, remember that? They tried with the.
I mean, the racing was a
We wound up owing.
No. Yeah. It failed, but that was one of Roland. She tried though.
She tried.
Which gave us something different. And I think if they put their heads together with the Grand Prix or whatever, it probably could have been successful. Not to say every year, bring it back every 3 years or something. They could have took the Grand Prix thing and just went to different cities, just so everybody get a taste of it, just like the Super Bowl. You want to bring money to that city or that metropolitan every so many years. That's all. I think they just went about it wrong. Just like what was the thing called? Somebody help me out here. The light show.
Yeah, I remember that.
I never went.
Festival of Lights.
The Festival of Lights, but I never went. But it was a success.
That was a success.
That was a great family event. Okay, that was a great family event where you took your children. You might have took them teenagers, and they was all into it. They bought into it. Okay,
but could you take that chance now? Especially
but I think they did the Festival of Lights 2 years in a row, though.
Yeah, but would you do it now? And
I would still do it now, just because you have to have growth, and you can't. We are considered a major metropolitan. Mm-hmm. You can't just not have nothing come here. That was the reason that we blew up the convention center and rebuilt it bigger to get bigger conventions.
We did.
That was it. But it's about the dollar.
This for me, and this incident right here. Thank God ain't nobody gets seriously hurt.
Okay.
So it's just running around punching people, stomping them, and stealing bikes, and just jumping on people's cars and traffic and all that. Just pretty much just kids being foolish.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you got the carnival incident too.
But the carnival incident was where? That was in Baltimore County, Ramon. Let's not correlate it with the city.
No, it was in Baltimore County.
Okay.
But it was majority city kids.
How can you say that? Why do you say that?
Why I say that?
Yeah, tell me why.
So, not that one can say it was all city kids.
You just said that.
I'm talking about the kid. I spoke to a kid. It was several of my players who were out there and said it was a lot of us we went out there, and when we got there, they was at capacity, so they stopped selling us tickets.
Okay, I can understand that.
So
I can understand that.
What the kids do? They're not gonna go back, so they stayed out there.
And they stayed in the the outskirts.
The outskirts,
of the carnival.
And you know what kids do? They run in traffic.
Sure.
So let's say 50 was county kids, 50 was city kids.
Okay, you want to break it out that way?
Let's say 50 was county kids.
Okay.
And 50 was city kids.
But let's be real. Let's be real for our listeners. Let's be real. East Point, right? Mm-hmm. Are we right? Are we clear? East Point, that was where the carnival was, right? That's not the greatest, one of the greatest parts of Baltimore County. Let's be clear. You just made it over the midline income and got yourself a single family. Yeah, okay, so when you right there, and I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about Essex and Dundalk. You're just getting a slight come up right there. You're not in Montgomery County. You're not in PG, which is abysmal. But you're not in Anne Arundel County. You understand what I'm saying? So some of that melee took place with some of those quote-unquote county kids. Because that East Point Mall is right on that line of city and county all day long.
It is. It really is.
With all those apartment buildings around there, you're not going to tell me none of apartment kids from Baltimore County didn't cause some of that melee?
You're right about that. I'm not disagreeing.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. I don't like the negative connotation that comes with the city. Yeah, we have our problems. We do. But then when you have police captains for Baltimore County or any other county, and these city children are causing a problem. How do you want to say that out your mouth? Like some of these kids ain't from the county.
Because it's easy. It's easy to say that.
Mm.
It's easy. It's easy to say because I'll let it slide out my mouth real quick. Karen Webster. It is if you go down there because It is if you go down there because I'm glad y'all on the topic because my feeling is these kids don't get it. They're trying to take everything from the black kids, but they're making a bid for this stuff.
You know what? I don't want to. I know we talking about our black youth, but guess what? Our city is becoming very, very. What is it? Diverse. Thank you.
Very diverse.
It's very diverse. We got Hispanics, and we always going to have white. So when these kids come together, they come together. I mean,
I know
it is what it is, but
it's
it's probably more dark faces out there than the brown and the white faces.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, it's like, oh, they from the city. Stop it.
I'll behave myself. I'll try to cut back, but it's a lot. Hey, let me. I ain't going down there. I wouldn't take my baby down. I would have been upset. If I would have went down there with my family and something like that broke down.
Well, I got Angie Winder on my end.
I know you do.
You know, right? No, so because she understood exactly where I was coming from with my post. So I could have made a show out that post that day. But anyway, she said East Point Mall is full of so much crime, drug addiction, etc. Dundalk itself is out of control. And she's speaking directly on my point. Essex is off. My cousin, God rest his soul, was murdered in Essex by two friends, quote unquote. Essex, for like $40 in his pocket. Come on now.
No, and I'm not saying that Essex isn't a place with its own problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I would have done it. I didn't do it. But I know Miss Wine is not a fan of numbers.
And the demographics for Essex is very diverse.
It's very diverse.
Yeah, it's very diverse.
But as far as crime,
Essex has that crime.
It has crime.
Yeah, let's not trip.
But
it might not always be reported on, but they got it.
They got it, but it's not like Baltimore City.
Okay.
And that's the unfortunate part. And that's the thing. I don't want people to think I'm bashing my city. I love my city, but we cannot turn our back on the truth. Our city
I'm gonna
have issues.
I'm gonna take the high road because I've seen black individuals murdered right on police cams, and the police get off. So those videos that I saw over the weekend, if I didn't recognize one of those areas that I did see, all that other stuff, you showed me footage from DC or PG County. I don't know. That ain't Baltimore City. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm taking the high road. Yeah, you showing me something from Chicago. I that many youths down there, and you mean to tell me you didn't have a bigger quote unquote police presence, knowing that you quote unquote got a heads up, a lot of youth is going to come. It's not like, hey, they assembled some gang meeting or something. You got a heads up from on the streets from somewhere, some other task force. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of black youth down here in the harbor this weekend, which is gonna be any holiday weekend. That ain't nothing new.
No.
Any other weekend you got youth down there causing melee, doing mischief. But guess what? Have the police in place.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they would, even if they had the right numbers, they wouldn't have enough police in place for that.
You don't think so?
I'm gonna be honest with you. For any police officer, I would encourage them to protect yourselves. Kind of stay out the way and let it die down. Because I saw the one body cam footage, and my fear was, and I'm glad no one got hurt.
Yeah.
And only 6 people was arrested.
Okay.
What if one of them kids would have tackled a police officer and got that gun out of his home? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the kids, they're out there, they're being stupid. You know that they're having a good time. It's funny to them.
To them, negativity is fun. But we've talked about this on this show.
It's funny.
Why does the black community
embrace negativity so much.
World Star.
And guess what? The kids are they just following right into that trend.
Yeah.
But they're just doing it on a level that is being publicized via social media, right?
Yes, bro.
Like I'm saying, we all hung out at the harbor. To any of those that's from the city, we all hung out at the harbor. We've done that as kids. And we've seen people get knocked out, people get banked. But guess what? Everybody got a cell phone camera.
But you know, the difference was, it wasn't flooded. We didn't
Are
flood
you
the
sure?
streets.
Are you sure, Ramon? Because before they knocked down Flag House Projects, all those
No, I'm talking about
all those
I'm
niggas
talking
came from Flag House
I'm talking
down
about-
to the harbor.
I'm talking about flooding. What we saw in that video had never been done before.
I don't know. I'm not going to agree with you. I just think that
It has.
I
you
just
know
think
that.
that we got some camera footage off of some building or something in color.
We gotta go pay some bills. We're gonna continue on YouTube.
I just think that for one, you use all your best resources downtown. Why the video footage that you showed us from downtown? Because that damn sure wasn't no cameraman up on the side of a building.
No.
All right, all that footage was in color.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the harbor.
Okay, but where does most of your murders take place? The inner city. East side, west side, some south, little north. But guess what? It's mainly between east and west. So why those cameras not in color?
No, hold it. Now, I will say now. I can't speak on why those cameras not in color.
I'm
But I
just-
can speak on why we don't have as many cameras that was planned, that started off, and that we used to have. Communities complained. Everybody had a problem with it. I remember when they started putting them cameras up. Oh my God, the light isn't. They took them down. Then they put some new ones up, but they didn't work. Okay, it didn't work out as well. So,
Okay.
and then we don't have we have the money, but they say we don't have the money.
Man.
At the end of the day,
Right.
we don't push for it. And when I say we, I ain't talking about me. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the inner city. You know why? Because the inner city already know we're doing some messed up stuff here.
We're doing some messed up stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna agree. But it's just gonna play a bigger part. And I'm gonna come back to that. Put a pin in that. It's gonna play a bigger part into our topic tonight on what we're talking about. Because I've seen it. I want to get on you've seen me get on my soapbox rants, like you got on your soapbox rants. And when I saw it, and then when you sent me what our topic and what our show was gonna be tonight, I said it's playing right into what I saw and wanted to speak on. So I'm gonna come back to that. But stick a pin in it for right now.
Oh yeah.
Stick a pin in it for right now.
Yeah, for anybody who's listening to WMSK online radio or download the app, that is my man, Nipsey Hussle, grinding all my life. It's a clean version. You can also watch us on YouTube. It makes it easy for you. Just go to YouTube, type in The Lounge, WMSK.
And just watch us live on your computer while you're still playing on your social media on your phone.
There you go.
That's all.
Make it easy on yourself.
But give us our views. We need y'all views. We need y'all support. We need y'all comments. Everybody that's live right now, speak your piece. Speak your comments. Am I saying something that's outlandish? Is my partner Ramon saying something that's outlandish? Follow him. Ramon Lindsay on Facebook. RAMON Lindsay LIDNSEY. And vice versa for his people. Follow me, Joseph Jackson. We trying to get our views up. We trying to give our honest opinions on how we feel about things that's happening in our city. And I'm telling you, when I tell you, we probably could go 2 days a week, because when I'm telling you, I'm looking at world news and some of these laws and stuff that's getting passed in these southern states. I'm telling you, it's out of control.
And there's a lot of laws
It's
being passed.
out of control.
They're not even speaking on these laws that are being passed.
Right.
They're passing laws every week.
Oh,
No one's saying anything.
right.
And by the time we realize it's in place, it's been
It's too late.
It's too late. It's been,
Yeah, it's definitely too late.
you know. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. We gotta learn what we voting for. Y'all going in there voting for
You gotta
Section
read.
3A, B, D.
Right, you gotta read what that whole law is about. What we voting on.
Man, you gotta pay attention.
That I'm telling you, that was the hook and crook on the gentrification. City asked for $100 million to acquire properties. They acquired the properties and knocked them the hell down. That's what they did.
Hey, Laura. Hey, y'all. So check this out. We are going to go into our main topic
Yes.
this evening. Okay. Welcome back to the lounge, WMSKOnlineradio.com, home of the Cheryl Underwood Morning Show. The lounge, the boy RL, Blackjack, we are here.
Yes.
And
We are here.
we jumping into it right now.
We going to our topic, people.
Our topic tonight, why it's important to acknowledge and promote the importance of Black fathers. How?
Yeah.
Hey, once again,
give the second part.
the second part of the show will be, are Black women to blame for the negative outlook on Black fathers?
Okay, y'all hear
We're
that?
going to be taking phone calls too. So,
Yeah,
hey,
so-
and speak out on it. Speak out on it.
Speak on it. We need to have y'all feedback. We two Black positive fathers right here, and we definitely got our own views on it. So
I'm going to say it again.
go
Why
ahead.
it's important to acknowledge and promote the importance of Black fathers. That's what we're talking about now. We'll get to the other one later.
Okay.
What's up, man? I got stuck on someone saying something. So look, this has always been our discussion.
Yes.
Always been.
Mm-hmm.
And we love we love our women. We love our queens. We love our mothers, our aunts.
Yeah.
Women are important. Mothers are important to children. They play a
Absolutely.
very instrumental role in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
They give birth, they carry from 9 months, all that great stuff.
Right.
If you do not understand why it is important for Black men to be allowed to be in their children's lives,
Yeah.
watch the videos from this weekend.
Yep.
Just watch the videos from this weekend.
Absolutely.
Period. There's no getting around it. There's no denying it.
Mm-hmm.
It is in our face.
Yep.
In our face. Okay. I was hurt to see all those children
Okay.
just running rapid,
Running them up.
running them up, and I mean, because it could be my kids.
Yeah.
I'll take that back. It couldn't be my kids, but if my kids are hanging out with their friends, just like my parents allowed me
Mm-hmm.
to hang with my friends and go down to Harvard back when I was young.
Right.
If they go down there with their friends and their friends start conducting themselves in such a manner,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter if my son wasn't doing it or not. It doesn't matter.
It's called
Guilty by association.
guilty by association.
Guilty by association. But then you turn around because they're kids.
Mm-hmm.
And kids want to have fun. No one want to be left out or teased or made fun of because
Made fun of,
they didn't participate.
Exactly.
The kids could get caught up in doing some of that foolish stuff.
Just to be a part.
Just to be a part.
part. That's it.
Just to be a part. Now, I asked my son yesterday
Mm-hmm.
about the situation,
Right.
and he didn't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him about
Okay.
it, and he said he wouldn't have been a part of it. And I said, tell me why. Give me 3 reasons as to why you wouldn't have been a part of it. And he told me, 1, I have a lot going for myself.
Right.
I don't want to do anything to prevent me from being successful in the future, blah, blah, blah. He said, number two, y'all would kill me
Mm-hmm.
if I were to do something like that.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay? That's parenting.
Mm-hmm.
That is parenting. Period.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that he would feel that way if it was just his mother. I'm not going to go ahead and say that.
Right. You can't speak on
I
that.
can't speak on that. But because he has his father in his life,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Right.
And he loves and respects. He has that fear factor.
Uh-huh.
If I act a fool, it ain't gotta be a horrible incident. It could be I gotta go to school and conduct myself accordingly so I can get my education because my parents sent me to school to do the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
get my education,
Right.
and be a good teenage citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Or my father will kill me.
Right.
I don't want to have to talk to my father because I watch my sons. They kind of give their stepmom and their mom that give back. They talk back.
Okay.
They talk back.
Okay.
My sons don't talk back. Now I'm talking about teenage kids.
Mm-hmm.
They don't talk back. Okay?
Right.
It should be like that in a lot of homes.
It should be.
It should be.
It should
Even if mom and dad are not together.
be. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It should be.
It should be. It should still be even keel between the parents to co-parent. Now, we've talked on it before. You have those guys that feel like I'm not with the female no more.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm not going to do what I need to do for the child because I'm not with her. Whereas she might have got fed up with his cheating ways or his deadbeat dad ways or whatever, and she didn't want to be a part of it because she wants better for herself and her child. So you have those individuals that don't want to be a part of the child's life because they're not with the female. And we've seen it too many times, right or wrong.
Right. You're right.
Okay? But then you have those incidents when you have the mother and father who separate, but the mother's salty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the father, because we've both been on this end collectively, wants to be in the child's life, but because the mother is salty with you and you quote unquote ain't no good because you didn't want to be with her raggedy ass no more, now she won't let you see the child. So now you got to be the child support father. Get visitations supervised. Or you get to see the child every other weekend, but you can't keep the child on a holiday weekend and bring the child back on a Monday. What you doing? You kidnapped my child? It shouldn't be about that. It should be that the father is doing his part and spending time and pouring into that child what the mother can't pour into on her end.
I got something for you.
Come on now.
So, the whole, and this is my thing. Co-parenting.
Co-parenting.
If we're not together, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It should be all about the child. It should be all about the child. Unfortunately, they have this unfair, unlawful practice that they call child support. Okay?
Right. Yeah, I know about
Yeah. So, unfortunately, some mothers use this to handicap, to restrict the father.
definitely.
And we talked about this so many different times.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm working, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and child support is taking a percentage of my check,
Okay.
okay?
Yep.
And if I don't have a job where it allows me to work overtime, either way, you gotta work overtime or you gotta get a part-time job.
Yes.
If you're a responsible father, you're gonna try to
Balance it down.
balance that, time and the money. You're gonna try to, supplement what you're losing.
Yeah.
This is my thing, all right? And the thing that kills me about black women is that they know it's an unfair practice.
Don't say all women.
All women. But we're talking about acknowledging and promoting the importance of black men.
All right.
So unless we're talking about, biracial relationships, we're talking about black women.
Okay.
It is what it is. Maybe
Right.
some Hispanics and some white women out there, but majority is black on black.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Black women already know it's an unfair practice. If he's a good father, why use the child support system again? Okay? Because at the end of the day, you say and you claim that you want a good father. You want the father to be in the child's life and to do like your girlfriend's kid's father.
Right.
Pick this up. The racial wage gap shows that white men get paid an average of $21 an hour, while black men get an average of $15 an hour.
Okay.
Okay? That's a big difference.
80 hours is a big difference.
That is a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, the government is owed, listen to this number. The government is owed $115 billion in child support. But 70% of that money is owed by Americans that make less than $10,000 a year.
Wow.
Okay? Now, and I know, hopefully I don't offend no women. I don't want to offend anybody. This is the thing. Okay? You do have a breaking point.
Yeah.
You do have a breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
And the stigma that gets put on so many men, especially black men, when it comes to child support,
Mm-hmm.
it is horrible. It is hurtful. It has destroyed lives. I have seen, and I know men, black guys, black men, strong black men who was working at UPS,
Mm-hmm.
quit their job to work at McDonald's because he couldn't provide for himself. He
Wow.
had to work to keep up with child support,
Mm.
but he was receiving his check, and I thought there was a limit that they couldn't take. His check, I mean, and working overtime, he had a check of $30-something. I'll never forget. He was telling me he was crying. His check was $30-something. This dude was getting $1,200 after taxes every 2 weeks, and he had a $30 check.
They went too far, but okay.
Okay, for 2 kids,
Yeah.
$30 check. People saying, well, maybe that's one time a month. That's every check. He still had benefits that he had to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
He had his life insurance, health insurance, and the kids was on his health insurance, and he had life insurance on the kids.
Right. Okay.
But this man, he can't afford to pay his car insurance to drive to work.
Yeah.
And they go by what you make versus what she don't make.
Absolutely.
So if you are a successful whatever, and she does hair and doesn't really have a wage chart,
Mm-hmm.
dude is screwed.
Yeah.
So you take them to child support. You take them to child support, and they see that difference, and they get $1,200 a month. Are you serious?
Yeah.
$1,200 a month. You are faulting me for going to work,
And
you're awarding her for not.
And you know what's the double-edged sword on it? Even if he could maintain the UPS job and get himself a part-time job, what does that do to him the next time she wants to increase? Because he makes more money, but he's working a part-time to offset, like you said, what he's giving in child support,
Mm-hmm.
so that he can have a stable way of living on his own. But because when in 3 years she wants the increase, or she feels like she's owed the increase, now the prior 3 years he was making, let's say, 65,000, okay? But because he was getting hit in the pockets for, I don't want to use the $1,200, $800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, yeah, I gotta supplement my income to make up that difference so that I can have a decent way of living. So now he goes and get a part-time where he's just making the $800 back. But what does that do? That takes him from 62,000 to, oh, Mr. Lindsay, I see that you're making $84,000 now. You have definitely stepped up your game. So now the 800 goes from 8 to 12, if not 1,400. And then when the father says, Your Honor, I only picked up a part-time because I was losing X amount of dollars out my full-time job, and I still needed a stable way of living on my own. Guess what? Judge don't even want to hear it.
Nope. And I peep this. So Pamela says if the dad don't help, then mom have to go to social services to get help. So with that, the dad has to be put on child support. If the dad refuses to do anything, then yes, they need to be put on child support.
But we're definitely not talking about deadbeat dads.
We're not talking about deadbeat dads.
We're not talking about that.
Now, don't get me wrong, Pam. Don't get me wrong. You have some deadbeat fathers out there.
Yes,
You do.
definitely.
And I can't go to the website, but I'm going to tell you this now. If you look it up, there's far less deadbeat dads out here than are being promoted and talked about.
Okay.
In fact, there's more deadbeat mothers than deadbeat fathers. We had that show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the numbers was astonishing.
Yeah.
The amount of women that was in the rears.
That's right. Okay. Curtis Tripp says, and the judges expect you to always make that wage. So if you make 62,000, hey, you got it. And he's right. Because the judges do not care.
They don't
when you walk
care.
in that court.
But that's what breaks the system. That's what breaks it. Is that we understand that we have to provide for our child.
Mhm.
Okay? But in the instance of us taking care and providing for our child, now you're forcing me to work overtime. You're forcing me to get a part-time. So now when I say I can't get the child, it's because I don't want to miss out on this extra 8-hour or 12-hour shift, because I want to make sure that while you're in Cancun and you didn't take the child, that I can take care of the child when it's my weekend. Right or wrong?
Right. And a lot of people, and see, a lot of mothers don't want to see that. Because a lot of mothers are like, well, that's my time off. I deserve it. I'm a single parent. I'm so tired of hearing that.
Yeah, he's a single parent too.
Yeah, but you're really not a single parent. You are single as far as the dating scene, but you have someone who's co-parenting.
No, you're labeled a single parent because we was once married, but we're not. Because when you go to court, it's called what? Family court.
There you go.
It ain't called women's and men's that disgruntled paying child support. It's called family court. So once you have a child, the court system will always see you as a family, together or not.
There you go. There you go. And let me say this. Because, and I'm not saying this about you, Pam. I don't know your situation. A lot of women are having kids by sorry men. Sorry men.
Yeah.
A lot of women are having kids by dudes who they ain't never had a job a day in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, y'all think by taking them to child support,
it's going to change.
It's going to change something. It's going to change something. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, stop having unprotected sex with these sorry men. Mm-hmm. And you won't be in this position.
Exactly.
Period.
Stop getting caught up that you got an elephant dick and you're like, oh my God, I want to have a baby bomb. Right? It's just sex.
That's it. But
stop
sex is different when it comes to men and women.
Or stop fucking somebody else, man, and saying, oh, I can change him. You can't.
No. And that's another problem.
You can't.
You getting pregnant and you the side piece. Or he's the side piece.
Well, he's the side piece.
How are you going to penalize someone for being the side piece or you the side piece?
Right.
You know, and we're not being funny here because these are stuff this happens.
This is real. That's why Alabama's gonna knock that out the park. You're done. Alabama said you done with those. You done with those mistakes.
Yeah.
You done with that. You stuck with that.
Yeah.
But let's not make this show about the child support.
We're not.
All right. We went on our rant because we both got raped. We got hot cold with child support. So and I know for a fact that you're a great fucking father.
And I know that about you. I've seen you not only raise your children, but raise somebody else's children.
Thank you for that.
And your stepsons, he's still in contact with you.
He's still in contact.
No, he did.
And it still calls me Pop, and I still look out for his well-being. And I'm going to speak on that. I'm going to speak on it right now because I don't want to lose that. It was something that I saw when I went to a bakery on Pennsylvania Avenue, right? It was a little card talking about 5 weeks of training, Monday through Friday. You couldn't miss it. It was going to teach you forklift driving skills. You was going to get certified. They're going to lead you. Once you finish your certification in the 5 weeks, they're going to set you up with interviews for different companies. And guess what? I told him, I advised him. I said, listen, Shabazz, I know the job you're working at, but it's a construction job. And it's, if it's raining, you can't work. Or if they ain't got no work, you can't work. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, you need something more stable, something that's inside. Gave him the flyer. He applied for it. He went and did it. And guess what? He got picked up by FEMA not even a week after the training. And that training was free. It was provided free. So I know we're going to talk about it and come around to it. There is no reason that we got these lazy ninjas on these corners that I want to speak about later in the show and saying they can't get a break. It ain't no job. We're not in the recession of the 1980s.
Nope.
We're in the recession of the 1960s. It's so much work out here these days. Employers don't have enough people. That's why they want those brown people to come across that goddamn border. That's why they're taking a chance to say, hey, listen, if you got yourself some work ethics and you can be here at the start of the shift and you ain't gonna cry, I'm gonna pay you until they catch you and send you back home. But our people don't want to take those opportunities.
No, we don't, because as soon as we apply for a job and get the job, we think we should be in management.
Mm-hmm.
We take a look at what that individual's been doing for 10, 15, 20 years, and we're like, man, hell, I can do that.
Right.
But it's a process. They
That's
don't want to go through the process.
But that's a problem with our young youth today. They think they're supposed to start in upper management.
Yeah. Why am I making $12? Why am I making 20?
Wait a
They
minute.
don't even have an experience.
You can't even write a cursive goddamn Q. And you want to be in management?
Management. Walk in the door and no experience at all.
None.
None in management. I can do that.
They what? They already know the ins and outs of the job. Like you give them instructions, they be like, you know, I know that already. How you know this? But that's one of the problems with the youth.
It is.
But
it starts with black fathers.
black fathers.
They have, look, our children need to see
Mm-hmm.
their fathers. They need to see what they go through. They need to see
Yes.
them get up and go to work in the morning. They
Yeah.
need to see them come home
Yep.
from work.
Mm-hmm.
They need to see what their fathers look like on their day off.
Right.
Hear the conversations that their fathers have with other people.
Yep.
See their fathers in the interaction that their fathers have with the world and social views.
Exactly.
You want your child to have a role model, a positive, very influencing man in the life. It ain't Michael Jordan, it ain't Kobe Bryant, it ain't none of the,
Nope.
it ain't Jay-Z. It is the man who gave them life.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. Now, at the end of the day, everybody is not going to walk that straight line.
Straight narrow.
It is what it
No
is,
matter how much positivity you put into that soul.
no matter what. But just because his father may have been in prison a couple of times and struggled to keep a job,
To keep your job right.
but there's still values he can teach
Yeah.
his son through his errors, through his mistakes.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And you can't fault him for not being perfect because you had a child with him. So you telling me your child isn't good enough to be in his father's life, but you was good enough to open your legs to him.
You just, oh my God. I never even looked at that angle right there. Did y'all hear that lady? Say it again for him. Say it for the lady listeners,
I'll
please.
say it again. You cannot make a decision that your child, his father, is not good enough to be in his life. When you made a decision, he was good enough to get between your legs.
Woo! He is speaking better than y'all are listening on this show tonight.
It's the truth. It is the truth.
Oh,
So at some point, you thought highly of this man enough to go through 9 months of pregnancy.
No, let's just say enough to go let that man go raw in your temple
That's right. And plant some seeds.
and plant some seeds.
And you went through the whole 9 months.
Woo!
And you gave birth. So why isn't he good enough to be in that child's life? Why is it that you talk bad about him,
Mm-hmm.
but you seem to forget you was loving him down at some point?
Yeah, yeah.
You thought highly of him at some point,
At some point. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
you want to talk bad about him.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, Pam said, what if they bums no role model? I just said it, Pam. At some point, he wasn't a bum to you. He wasn't a bum to you.
At some point, he was not a
He
bum.
was Denzel Washington to you.
Exactly.
So he's not a bum. He's not a bum.
You made a mistake.
There you go. And you shouldn't share that with your kids.
Right. You shouldn't put your negative views on how you view that individual as that child's father, because that's how you feel.
Exactly.
You shouldn't put that into the child. And I think the black woman has a tendency of doing that
And then
40% of the time.
and
40.
then not just doing it, but then they air it out. And now you got social media. So now you're putting it all on social media, and you got everybody outside of the black community thinking that black men, thinking that black men, they're not good fathers.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you one thing I never did, and I don't think you ever did it around your children. And I only had one bad baby mom, right? For the stuff that we went through. When she was sending me through all that stress and trials and tribulation, I never spoke negative about her one time in front of my son.
Nope.
Not one time.
Me neither. Me neither. Nope. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. Because it's bad enough I'm already fighting the negativity that you putting on me.
Right.
How is it going to look for me to go ahead and try to fight it back with negativity?
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Yep.
You can't.
You can't. I think what black mothers need to do is, if that individual isn't all that he was built up to be in your eyes, and he's not being that individual in your child's eye, don't speak negative on it. Let the child see it. Voice of the child when the child gets to a certain point or age that they can understand and comprehend. And they say, well, mommy, why daddy keep making, saying I'm gonna come get you and then never, breaks his promise or whatever. You just gotta say, I'm gonna need you to ask your father that the next time you talk to him.
Exactly.
I need you to ask him why, but don't add to it. Don't say why he didn't get you no shoes for your prom, or why didn't he get you this or that. Whenever he falls short, just say, ask your dad why he didn't do these things. Exactly. I can't answer it, and don't try to figure it out for them. But when you have that father that's going above and beyond and going over obstacles and hurdles to get to his child, and you keep pushing him away, make sure that you voice that, I'm feeling some way about your father. It's me. I don't want him to come see you. Voice that with the child instead of having the child thinking that my father don't want to see me, or you keep hanging up on the father, or you're not responding to text messages, or the father say, hey, I got held over from work. Instead of 6, I should be there by 9. Is that cool? No, it ain't fucking cool. Don't worry about it. Don't come get him. Don't do that, because then you become you real negative, because then you start saying to your girlfriends and your family, he don't do shit. He don't never help me. I don't get no break. But he's been trying to give you a break 2 weekends in a row, but you can't get your head out your ass. Am I right? Am I just speaking crazy?
You laid it down. You laid it down. And another thing is, you get in your feelings, you mad, you pull the stunt that Black Jack was saying, but you don't never say, I'm not taking that money.
Right.
That is never the case. I've yet to hear a woman say, you know what, we don't need him. We don't need his money. Let me say that.
You never heard that?
We don't need
You never heard that.
I got somebody that said they're good in the beginning, but then they start showing their true colors. Maybe it's not them showing their true colors. Maybe it was you.
Maybe you was a booty call to him and got caught up.
Yeah, maybe
it happens.
It's one of those things, because I'm gonna be honest with you. In order for an individual to show their true colors, it's a time span here.
Mm-hmm.
If you get pregnant by an individual within the first 6 months of dating, you ain't had an opportunity
to know who that individual
it was.
Right.
Now, if you get married, you laid up this person for years on, and he does, then shame on him.
Right.
Shame on him. But if you've been unhappy all those years, shame on you. You should have rolled out years ago when you realized he wasn't about anything.
Exactly.
And that's what it comes down to. But another thing with the acknowledging the importance of black fathers, we're being exterminated.
We are being exterminated.
We're being exterminated. And as much help that we are getting from a lot of black women,
mm-hmm.
we have just as much negativity going against us.
Okay.
From all the ones that are bitter and sour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And it doesn't help that everything can be good with you and the mom. Mom gets into a relationship, and all of a sudden, she kind of forget about dad. Because like you said, dad has to work. Hey, look, I can't get him this weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm going to work these shifts.
Right.
Some extra money. So when you go on your trip to Cancun, he come over, I'll have enough food in the house. I'll have some things for me me and little Jimmy to do.
Right.
You know, there's reasons for things. There are reasons. And I need women to acknowledge those reasons, you know, and appreciate what you do have. Because there are some horrible men out there.
It is definitely some horrible men. And I'm gonna take the women's side for 1 second. I hate when women give that raggedy dude a pass, and they take the high road. This is my child. I'm gonna make sure my child is not without this, not without that. So mothers overcompensate and do all this materialistic, trying to make up for the time that's not being spent with the father. Whereas I think women should force that man to be in that child's life. And you know, you'll have women say, I'm not forcing nobody that don't want to be a part. No, make him be a man.
Yeah.
Don't raise that child by yourself. If that man's out of town, take that child out of town. I just brought your child to you. You're like, what you doing here? I'm not going to allow you not to be a father or a parent in the upbringing of this child. You're going to do your part. And that's where women fail and just take the high road. I'm going to do this on my own. But then that backfire when it's a good dude. But they didn't work out. So now they salted with the good dude. And now want the good dude to see the child. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I get that. And look, man, there's so much good stuff that Black fathers, and there's so many of us. It's the crazy thing. It is a low percentage. And I'm going to read this to you.
Read it. Let's hear it. Let's hear
Despite
it.
the negative stereotype of absentee Black fathers, Black fathers actually spend more time providing care and being there for their children than Latino and white fathers, according to the national study conducted by CDC.
The CDC?
And you can look it up. The CDC. It's something that you can look up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's true. Especially the last 10 years or so. I've seen it. I know you've seen it. I've met so many good brothers. I'm friends with so many good Black fathers.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone through the same thing that I've gone through, and some of them haven't.
Right.
But we don't get promoted. We
Yeah.
don't get acknowledged. We don't get put on that pedestal.
We don't.
All you continue to hear is about single Black mothers and how they're struggling with their children and the food stamps. They're not enough. They don't give us enough money through welfare. The housing program. Listening to all the stuff that I'm naming, it is easy for a single mother to be a part and get those approvals for those resources than it is for a Black father
To do the same thing.
to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
And if you don't believe me, look it up. The CDC is beautiful.
But you know what a woman was saying. We're not bashing our women here. We're just trying to figure out. We're trying to talk about they are good Black fathers and Black men, and why do women devalue that Black man? But you will have a Black woman quickly and say, "We don't need him.
That's crazy.
We don't need him."
That's crazy.
Crazy. But when do the Black women want that father to be in the child's life? Right around when he becomes a what?
Oh, in a relationship.
Teenager.
Teenage. Oh yeah.
Now you want me to save the child at 13 to 15. At 13 to 15, that child mind made up.
Yeah.
Who they gonna be
Yeah.
and how they gonna carry themselves. And here you want the father to come in and save you. I can't do nothing with them. She all over the place. She is wild. I need you to come get your child. You moving with your father. But when I suggested it at the tender age of 8, all you thought about was that dollar. And you said no.
That's it. Not about that money. And trust and believe, there's a difference. Little girls need their fathers. They need that love from their father. it should come from their father first. They should feel that love and security from their father.
Young girls?
Young girls.
Absolutely.
Love and security,
Absolutely.
protection, all that good stuff should come from their father.
Absolutely.
Young men, hey, they need to see that firm. They need to feel that firmness. They need to see, oh, he ain't playing.
He ain't playing.
But he loves me. And he take care of me.
Right, right.
And he's showing me what a man is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my father doesn't live with me, my father comes to see me. He respects my mother. He's grooming.
I'm gonna tell you something. I raised my youngest, but my oldest, man, his mother had a great relationship. But I was $1-800 nigga if he acted up in school. Oh, I'm calling your father. It was just like that, and he knew. I'm leaving work. If I got the call from his mother that he acted out, I'm on the way. And that's what a father's supposed to be.
We got to pay some bills. Hey, continue to watch us through Facebook and YouTube. But that's right.
Yeah, I feared my father. That man put the fear, because he ain't a religious person. He just put the fear of death in my soul that he could kill me at any time.
We call it fear. It is love and respect. It is love and respect.
I didn't realize that until I was out of his house.
Exactly.
I didn't. I did not.
Once you get out the house and you start living life and you have your family, it is
Mhm.
love and respect.
Right. And that's what a father brings. The father going to bring you that realness, that toughness. A father is going to speak real to his son and more aggressive with the boy than he would his daughter.
And this was short.
Okay. He's gonna put that firmness into the young man, because there are so many things going against the black male. For one, no one cares about you outside of your family, right?
Nope.
You got corporations
And we're back.
that betting that you will fail,
They hoping you fail.
hoping you fail.
Because they have-
But that father is going to tell you, if you do it this way, the way that I'm telling you, you'll be able to get through life way better. But I'm gonna say this younger generation, they have a tendency to push the fathers away. He's too hard on me. I don't like how he's talking to me.
That's my oldest.
Nigga, I'm your father, first and foremost. So I'm not somebody out in the street. So everything I tell you comes from a place of love. But then you have some of the mothers in those families that's, together to marry, or the mother's like, hey, you too harsh on him. Don't talk to him like that.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, because the world is 10 times worse.
The world do not care.
The world does not care.
The world do not care. And you brought it up and it touched something because
One of my friends said he's still scared of my father. My father was tough.
my two beautiful baby mothers.
Okay.
My oldest, her mother and I it just didn't work.
Okay.
I had to fight to see my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I had to fight to be in my daughter's life.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So for 18 months, she kept my daughter from me. So, and I'm trying to get in her life. I'm trying to, because when she's with me, I'm trying to do as much as I can with her.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not enough time to combat all the negativity that her mother has said about me.
True.
And since she's there, she was blocking. The oldest came to live with us in the middle of 9th grade, and I try to do as much as I can. I try to just give her everything that I possibly can.
Right. Right.
But she always fought me on it. Well, why can't I do this? Well, why? Like
This your daughter?
It's the oldest.
Okay.
Why you talking to me like this? Everybody say that you want it your way, that you don't listen. Why?
You're like, where are you getting this from? It's only going to be one place.
Yeah. So she's a grown woman now, and she's working.
Okay.
She's on her own. She's working. She's a hard worker. I can't give her advice on anything because it's like I'm trying to tell her what to do.
Right.
And that's because she was poisoned her whole life.
Okay.
By the time she came to us, like you said, it was too late.
Too late. Yeah.
Now the boys, their mother. Oh yeah.
That was a fight from the day one.
That was like from day one. But the difference is that there were several times where she fell down on some bad luck, and they had to come stay with us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I was always in their life. Got them when I was supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
got him when she had some bad luck and she couldn't
Right,
provide.
right. She couldn't provide. Like I got
Yeah, so she couldn't poison them the way that my daughter's mother did her.
Mhm.
So when I speak to my sons, right,
Right.
man, they listen. They are way better students than their older sibling. Okay.
Okay.
Now the oldest, his first year of anything, when it comes to transition, he kind of struggled. So he stayed between that 78 to 82 average range when it comes to going to a new school.
Mm-hmm.
But he always, after that, everything else is 85 to 92.
Okay.
His brother
Mm-hmm.
has never had a bad year in school.
Wow.
He is a 90 average student.
Wow.
He got into poly with no problem.
Was he breastfed?
No.
Wow. That's
Neither one of them was breastfed.
that's amazing.
Neither one of them was
You know, breastfed children are smart as shit.
And they listen to me differently.
Mm-hmm.
They know I'm not going to steer them wrong. I'm not telling them anything
Right.
that's bad for them. And I mean, like I said, they take it in. So I talk to them, but I don't talk to them as much.
Okay.
But there is a difference.
There is a difference.
When you poison children at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
that poison stay with them until they start a family at home and they start to see, oh shit.
Yeah.
I went through this as a child. This is what I went through with my mother and my father, what was going on in their life.
Right.
And it's hard. It is hard because it stays with the child until something hit them in the face.
Okay.
And it's hard. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
You know, and
But sometimes you gotta give them that tough love and let them fail too.
you do.
You absolutely gotta let them fail.
And that's what I've done. I've actually taken a big step back.
Right.
I said, you know what? She's gonna learn.
Yeah.
She's gonna learn.
Because you at some point we become enablers.
Yeah.
And every generation should want the best for their children. And it should just be a generational thing. You want best and you want to keep growing on that. But I think our age group, I think right now, we turn into that enabler. We don't want them to fail.
We don't.
We don't want them to fail on no cause.
That is I do not want her to fail. I don't want her to struggle.
Yeah.
Even though I know she's working 2 jobs, I believe she can do better. And that's my I believe she can do better. I want her to do better. But right now, she thinks she's doing the best that she can do.
Mm-hmm.
And she's enjoyed living and going through life experiences.
Right.
If anybody out there, everybody that's listening, you can call in, speak on this, say what you got to say to it. The number is 1-570-763-9675. Again, that number is 1-570-763-9675. We have a whole lot of great fathers out there. It's 8:16.
Mm-hmm.
8:16, and so we're going to move right along.
Okay.
To the next topic. Are black women to blame for the negativity or the negative outlook that black fathers get?
I think we kind of really been speaking on it already.
We have.
I don't know if they're direct reason why the black generation is, but they do play a part in it.
They played a major part 40 years ago.
Yeah.
They played a major part in it. And the thing that kills me about it is you have all these intelligent black women that speak on the plan of the government on how to separate black families and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you have so many women who hear it and agree with it, but it was your mothers and it was your grandmother,
right,
who let the government infiltrate the way that they did in our homes. In order for you to get assistance, there can't be a man in the household. In order for you to get assistance financially, you have to take the father downtown for child support. These are laws that were passed because no one went out to vote and no one spoke on it. You know why? Because it was giving you something for free. But it wasn't free. What it cost you was that male presence in your house. Not everybody's meant to get married and live happily ever after.
That's true.
But I know a lot of couples who lived together for 40, 50 years, fighting, kicking and scratching, but he was in the household.
and they raise them children together.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And the children saw, they walk away with it. Mom, dad did this, or they fought all the time. Mom beat dad up, dad beat mom up. But guess what? They were in the house.
Mm-hmm.
They kept the roof over your head.
Yes.
They clothed you. They fed you. And they protected you.
Look, didn't even find out that your mother and father wasn't married until you was in your 20s.
Yep.
Man, you never got married?
When you talk about getting married.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
You know, and I agree with it. Maybe not as strongly as I did years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But black women, you know, they are to blame for a lot of the negative press that black men get when it comes to being fathers.
Right.
They are to blame. Because, and what I'm saying,
Because they're not speaking out for the good ones.
they're not speaking out for the good ones, and they're not speaking out against it.
Yeah.
You got to speak out against it. You can't sit here and hear it and don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because if someone says something that's not true, that's not solid, I speak on it all the time.
Absolutely.
You can't tell me this,
Mm-hmm.
and no, that ain't right.
And I tell you the negative stigma that you get. You arrogant, you conceited, all because you speak and how you feel. And you want to allow someone to say, give their opinion, and you don't speak out on it and not agree with them. So now you're head up your ass. Am I right? You're right. All the time. You're like, hey, I'm just speaking how I feel. You don't have to agree with me, but this is how I feel. This is how I carry myself.
That's the problem. People don't know how to walk away from a discussion like, okay, we didn't agree on it.
We're gonna leave it right here. We're gonna agree to disagree.
There you go.
That's where we are.
There you go. Because you never know. And I tell people this all the time. You can walk away disagreeing with me and Blackjack. And somewhere down the road, something's gonna happen. And you're gonna be like, oh, this is what they were talking about.
This is what they was talking about. And let me speak on it right now with the blame for the black women, these single black women with these young youth, male. We got some off the little female. We do. But I'm gonna tell you what I saw that I wanted to speak on. I'm driving through the hood, and I'm gonna start with the squeegee kids, right? You got the squeegee kids out there. They doing what they doing. Some people call it hustling. Some people call it entrepreneurship. I call it begging. I call it begging. And what leads from that, they go from begging for change, okay, to becoming 20-something-year-old niggas that's still begging for dollars and quarters at your local 7-Eleven gas station. Then they turn into that 30, 40-year-old nigga that never did nothing. Now he might got a piece of car. Now he hacking. Again, another form of begging. Let me take you, let me help you them bags. Give me a couple dollars, I'm good. Okay? This whole time he went through life, he might have some children, right? But he has never gave a positive outlook for his children because daddy always was just part of the streets. Always just being on somebody's step. Always got his damn hand out. And that's what I see when I drive through the hood. I see so many people sitting on steps throughout the course of the day when you should be at work.
Amen. Amen.
And I said, what are we doing? The state of our black men is in the fucking garbage.
It is.
And people don't see that. The city don't see it. Get these squeegee kids out of here. If you don't want them, you can be done with them. Because remember, down on Martin Luther King and Mulberry, when it was when Rawlins was still in place, you had all them homeless people that was right there under the viaducts of the tent. When they wanted to get rid of them, what did they do? They put a damn fence up.
Yes, they did.
Get out of here with that.
Yes, they did.
When they didn't want squeegee kids on Gwynns Falls and Hilton Parkway because the community didn't want it, what did they do? They put up a little fence around that grass. Get your asses out of here. We don't want that in our community. But it doesn't teach the kids anything.
No, relocate.
Right. It doesn't teach them anything about hustling or going out here and fending for yourself. If you ask any of those squeegee kids, what are they doing this for? It's just to buy some tennis. It's to buy a chicken box.
I was about to say chicken box.
Why isn't your family taking care of you? Why your family, why your mother or your father, the ones that in, why don't you know where your child is? Why don't you go grab that dumbass off that corner and tell them, well, if you start with this action begging for change, you're going to always have your hand out and never go get what you deserve.
Man, speaking truth, man. He's speaking truth. And I'm gonna tell you the sad thing is he spoke on it yesterday. Was it yesterday? Me and the missus go get some gas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we go get some gas. I get out the car, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna pay at the pump. I'm gonna use my card. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's a grown man walking around, asking for money. He's asked this woman, and I'm listening to her. She said, all I got is $1. I can give you that. He said, okay, that's fine with me. I'll take that $1. Thank you.
Right.
He turns to me and says, sir, do you have any change? Mind you, I'm holding my card. I said, man, I don't have any money on me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying with plastic.
Right.
He said, well, that's okay. Can you go inside the gas station, buy me a pack of Newports, and I can sell Roots ones? So I gave this man, I said, man, you're doing way too much.
Right.
You want me to go buy a pack of $7, $8 cigarettes?
Versus giving you $1.
Versus giving you $1. Woman just gave you $1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's horrible. When did we become so lazy?
That's the word right there. When did we become so lazy?
lazy? That's not hustling. That ain't hustling. I hate to say it, but I respect the brother who go buy a bag of drugs, cut it up, cook it, do whatever he got to do, bring in people to work for him, because even though it's negative, man, he's showing entrepreneurship.
That is he's creating a business.
He's creating a business. He's showing infrastructure, and now he did employ people, and he's delegating rules. Hey, look, this is what we got to do. You asking for money? Woman that gave you $1,
Mm-hmm.
and you still asking for money.
You still asking for money. How much you trying to get? What's your purpose? You have people like, I just want to get something to eat.
My man Zelly Ball up on the lounge tonight.
Okay, what's up, Zelly?
It's out of control. It's out of control.
Yeah. This whole lazy content. Listen, I can tell you, I have 2 jobs. Okay? I guarantee you, if I wanted a 3rd job, I could go get a 3rd job. I could go get it. So it's no excuse for all this laziness that we see. And just like I said, it starts from this begging as a squeezy child, a squeezy kid, all the way up to your 40s or 50s. You just being an individual on the streets drinking.
That has got out of control. Did you see the video I posted? When the kid, 2 grown men got out of the car, they was telling the squeezy kids no. And they just kept messing with them. So the grown men got out of the car. It's about 5 or 6 of these kids. They are fighting these kids in the middle of the street. And they was doing all right. So they hit him with that damn squeezy and had both beat both of them up.
Did you see my comment?
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in them grown men.
First of all, the one brother didn't have the other brother's back. By the time he realized his boy was in trouble, he was already on the ground.
I was so disappointed.
Oh, it's just, and it goes back to what we said earlier. Our youth are out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to, and I hate to say it, you can't just put it on black fathers not being there.
Okay.
We got to put it on the black mothers too. I don't want to hear it's hard,
Mm-hmm.
because that's life. You're going to have trials and tribulations.
You are.
There's going to be a lot of times that things aren't fair.
Okay.
There's going to be times when you get the short end of the stick.
We got a comment from Chief Lanning. He says we have to statistically evaluate the kids out there. When I was mentoring some of these kids who are grinding to feed themselves and siblings, we cannot label all of them as being beggars.
We can't.
We can't.
We can't.
I'm going to agree with them. We can't. But throughout the city, if I see them doing being a squeegee boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they got on Jordans, or they got on a Gucci belt, or they got on some designer clothes, my whole mindset is that's what you're doing it for.
Let me tell you something. If they have a smartphone,
Okay.
if they have a smartphone, hey Zelly, do come up here. If they have a smartphone, Okay,
Right.
they're not destitute. The ones that you can tell who need money. Because the one who needs money that look like it, I do give money to.
Okay.
I do. But you can tell who doesn't need money. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the ones who need money, if you notice, they're by themselves.
Okay.
Those kids
They're not in a group.
They're not in a group. When you see them, and I would say them young punks on the corner, they together. Because the video I posted, man, there was some Jordans, LeBron, Steph Curry. They had on designer jeans. They had on clean wife beaters. So their parents take care of them. Dog. Come on.
Yeah. And I didn't even give the fact. I skipped over one. They turn from squeegee boys, because this is the new thing. The past 2-3 years, I guess, for our city is rampant. Maybe 4, because time go past so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But what they gonna do next? They're gonna start doing what? Selling drugs, right? Am I right?
You're right.
That's what it's gonna lead to.
And the thing is, it's not the same.
Versus someone telling them, "Hey, you 15, you 16. You can start your employment career by getting that summer job."
Man, they got, the summer work program.
That's what I'm saying.
Through the schools.
You don't need to be out there doing that.
No, in January, February, they send out the paperwork. You can have a job from June to August.
And what happens? All your parents got to do is sign off on it.
That's it.
That's
and
all.
You got a job.
That's all. You can take that to an aunt. Take that to an aunt. Take that to a grandmother.
And you get a work permit.
That's
If
it.
your family is that poor, you get a work permit.
Yeah. Because back in the day, when kids got out their house, and I'm not going to say me, because I didn't have to, but back in the day when you would drop out of school and go to work at 15 and 16, you did that to help the family.
Yeah, you had to.
You did that. That's what the purpose of you out there working at that age and not going to school is because you want to help your mother and your siblings in the household. That's not, I'm not going to say some of them, that's not their case, but the bulk of them, I'm going to say no.
We went to work. When you turned 12, 13, and you were in a situation that wasn't favorable, you couldn't wait to get that work permit.
You could not wait.
So if you worked at McDonald's was famous for this, you would get your stuff at you would eat at McDonald's, and you would bring food home to your family, like you said, and your check, that was for the family.
That was for the family. That's what it was for.
I have a buddy, and he's a successful teacher down at Dunbar and coach up Maribel Track. Vaughn DeVaughn. And he's not on tonight, but if anybody sees Vaughn, I salute Vaughn every time I see him. Because Vaughn was that kid who was the oldest, and he went to work in his check for his household, for his family.
Okay.
But he maintained his grades and wound up going to college.
Okay.
And running track and being a successful.
Being a success. He broke the stigma.
Yeah. Just because it's rough in the beginning, it does not mean it's going to be rough all the time.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's rough out there. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't come up that way, but I have family and I have friends. I know it's rough out there.
It is rough, but I'm still going to say, because our last show, not last week, how many jobs did I bring in here?
It was over 20 jobs.
Yeah.
Over 20 jobs.
20 jobs. And there are way more resources today than we ever had.
Absolutely. You have way more people hiring.
Way
more people hiring.
Way more.
There's no reason, there's no excuse. People are just lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say this, but these kids today are lazy because they see laziness in their household. Mom is lazy. Dad is lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we live with our grandparents. Grandma is lazy. My cousins are lazy. They see laziness, so they're lazy.
They fall right into it.
Yeah, they're lazy.
You have some that just be like, this can't be life. And those tend to be the ones that are successful.
Yeah.
And those are ones that the family deemed the black sheep because they didn't want to be a part of that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing
There's
wrong.
nothing wrong
Nothing.
with wanting more for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But like you said, people look down on people like that.
Mm-hmm.
What, the food stamps ain't good enough for you anymore?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we live in this apartment. We only pay $6 a month. BG&E is only $3 a month.
Mm-hmm.
We got a car out in the parking lot, which blows my mind that somebody would have a $40,000 car in the parking lot, and you're paying a total of $22 in rent and utilities a month.
Exactly.
And you got a refrigerator full of food.
Where you actually have a leg up on someone that doesn't have those resources. Or you got the mother and the father that kept it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because the father's in the household, right? You can't get no resources.
There you go.
Y'all gotta struggle together. Y'all gotta, you understand?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're talking about, is that the system is broken. You rather see that single mother and give her all the resources because she don't have that black man in the house. But if she put that black man in the house, we gotta snatch all that stuff from you. No, you can't have that $50 rent versus say, hey, we understand, bring his income in, right?
Yep.
We see that, hey, he's not, y'all both kind of struggling together. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to help the family. Okay? So we're going to let y'all have this discounted rent or whatever, but in X amount of years or whatever, y'all need to be at a certain standard so we can pull you off of it so that you can have your come up and grow together.
And that's how it should be.
Exactly.
That's how it should be. And I thought about this too. And this may be getting off subject a little bit, but I'm going to try to bring it in.
Okay.
We are so lost when it comes to faith. Faith and family.
Faith, okay. John Fisher, John is going to eat this up. Go ahead.
So, over the last few years, I hear people say, I don't want to go to church, I can't go to church because I feel judged.
Mm-hmm. I've heard people say that.
Churches are so judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yeah, I get that. And I hear people say, I'm not religious.
You're spiritual.
I'm spiritual.
Yes.
Because I don't want to go to church because people in church are so judgmental. You notice how those are the same individuals who don't go to church, they keep a bunch of judgmental people around.
Absolutely.
You get judged in the world, period.
You're going to get judged from.
You're going to get
You're
judged.
going to get judged from somebody you don't even know.
You're going to get judged, period, in life.
Exactly.
You've
Right.
been getting judged since you was born based on who your family is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep.
They use that as a reason to not come to church. This is how I'm trying to bring it in.
Okay.
We talk about resources.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main resources that we have and that we do not utilize is the church.
Mm-hmm.
You go to church once a week. That's it. You go on Sunday or whatever day.
You go Sunday, you can go to Bible study,
Bible
Tuesday or
study,
Wednesday.
Yeah. They want to help you. There are so many different people.
Some churches will.
Some churches will. But it ain't got to be the church as a whole.
Right.
It can be the people in the church.
That's true. That's true. Because you have really good people with, not stereotyping or whatever. They have good people that go to church that have different resources that can lead you in the right direction.
Help you get a job.
Yep.
Know someone to help you with your children.
Absolutely.
Know someone to help you with this situation.
Yeah, you might even have that grandmother say, baby, bring them children to me.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah,
know
but
you're
see-
just meeting you, but bring them kids to me.
Yeah.
And I can help you out. I don't work. This is my life now. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly agree with
It's
you.
just so many things that we knock now, that we turn our back on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this because the last 9 months have been incredible for me since we've gone back to the church. Because I grew up in the church.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I've noticed a change.
Mm-hmm.
I offer jobs to people all the time. I'm in a position where I can get a person a job. I can hire them.
Good. Right.
Right? But if you don't come to where these people are at,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not going to be on a corner.
Right.
They're not going to be at New York Fried Chicken getting a chicken box 1:30 in the morning. Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah,
gotta-
I like that. I like
You
where
got to
you're going
start
with
putting yourself in
it.
position.
Positions to be successful.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Honestly, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
People helping people, but you got to help yourself first.
Now, can I go and jump back on the youth thing?
You sure can.
Just a tad. I thought about this, and I know how Big Brother, federal government, always want to throw money, and we from the inner city always think like the government don't help us with resources and all this, right? Even though they do funnel a lot of money
They do.
to the city, okay? But it's up to our city officials to allocated correctly in our governor and so forth, right? Now, with the lack of no direction that we would say for our youth, right? Our juvenile system, okay? And most people, I need you to stay with me, most people will advocate, don't lock them up. They don't need that. Give them programs, right? Okay? But then you don't have that juvenile don't have that support from that mother because she raggedy, and I'm gonna just keep it what it is. She been on welfare, she raggedy. So she's not gonna help make sure that he goes to these programs, okay? But why can't the government fund, and you can help me with this, why don't they fund a military school?
You know what? That's a good question.
And I'm only speaking on this because the Chief Linton that's on here, he spoke of it on one of my posts. He mentioned the military school. Now, instead of locking them up, right? Instead of throwing them in juvie, let's just say, hey, listen, young man, you're headed down the wrong path, okay? You've been in front of a judge X amount of times from the age of 13 to now 14, okay? You don't want to lock them up. Your next one, you're going to get some real time.
Yeah.
Or you might do something that's going to get you charged as an adult.
And I like that. And I'm going to tell you why I like it.
Come on.
I was in a platoon. I went in the Marine Corps in 1998. I was in a platoon with two guys.
Okay.
All right. Who got in trouble with the law, was in the courtroom, and they were looking at, I want to say, one was looking at 2, one was looking like 3.5 years.
Okay.
And the judge said this. He said, I'll do away with your time. He told them, they had different judges. They weren't in the same court together. The judge told him, I'll do away with your time if you go in the military. They're like, okay, yeah. And the lawyer spoke for him. He said, that's fine. He'll go in the Air Force.
Okay.
He said, no, you won't. You got to go in the Marine Corps. Both of them retired last year.
From the military?
From the Marine Corps.
Wow.
From the Marine Corps.
That's awesome.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you 110%.
Right.
They need
that.
A
military school.
So if your kid get in trouble, that's where you go.
That's where you're gonna go, and it's gonna be a curriculum. But guess what? That boy ain't coming home.
No.
Monday through Friday.
No.
He gonna have to earn them weekend passes, and those mothers and them fathers are just gonna have to be good with it. Because guess what? They are lacking structure. And I never went to the military. Okay, I know you have, and I know the reason I didn't go into the military. That's because the upbringing of my father, the way that my father was on me. I couldn't take another man yelling at me, "You're not my father." I don't want no parts of that. I took that from my dad,
But you didn't need it.
but I didn't need it because he kept me on. He put that structure in me.
Yeah.
But you have those young boys who've never met their father. They don't have a positive role model. They need that positive structure, and I think that, I don't know if you say you're banished to that school or whatever, but it should be starting at the 9th grade through the 12th?
I would go as far, I'm saying 7.
7th, and it should be a true full curriculum. And once that child shows that, hey, I've been here for 2 years, that child has structure, they listen, hey, you can go back to a regular school, because now that child is not going to be about shenanigans like, whoa, I know where I was. Even though they learn some good stuff, learn some structure, but it'll make them be better. I think that's what we're lacking.
I would say give them the option. Give them the option. Because the one thing I noticed, right, is that when you're around positive people, you do positive things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't send that kid back to the hood.
Okay.
You can't. Because he's good. He got what he needed for 2 years. But what if it was that household?
Yeah.
Mom and dad, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The neighborhood, the schools, and that's what a lot of people, and we see that in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Them brothers get up and go to work all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? They clean, they eat, they're working out. Hey, praise Allah, bro. Hey, Allah.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
They got that structure in
They
their
got
life.
that structure. And people, what is the jail? It does not matter. It is structure.
Mm-hmm.
They go home and they fall back into the same shenanigans, and we see them again. I'm gonna say make it optional.
Make it hard.
Make it optional. And with certain kids, you know, depending on the situation and who they are, where they come
Make it
from,
hard.
I would give them weekend passes for their family to come up to see them.
Oh,
They don't need to
okay.
go back home.
And get into that same environment.
Exactly. But I
Okay.
put you 110%. And with this program, I believe that program it would work and be so
Because
beneficial.
I think that you can have those that have did their years, like you said, the guys that about to retire, right? They retire.
every time.
Okay, hey, we got an opportunity for you. We got trouble youth. You got some military personnel that are doctors can teach. They can teach.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that comes they're going to have a structured curriculum, right? And they're going to have that PT aspect to break them down.
And they're going to get that healthy lifestyle that you're not going to get at home.
That you're just not going to give them at home.
No.
And these children might need to see positivity on all angles. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know they're going to fight it. I don't want to be here, but eventually, what's going to happen? You're going to fall in line.
You're going to fall. It breaks you down.
It's going to break you down. You will fall in line.
I see a lot of guys come in trying to be who they were, wherever they came from in boot camp.
Right.
And after 2-3 weeks, guess what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah.
Man, I had a dude tell me. A dude tell me, he said, hey man, Lindsay, how do you feel about this? I said, well, I miss home, but it's all right.
I miss home, but I'm all right.
And because you're there for yourself, and for whatever reason you're there for, you forget there's people here that have their reasons why they're there. And he said to me, it blew my mind. He said this. He said, yeah, man, what they get that bad at all? They feed us 3 times a day. They give us clothes.
I'm learning something.
They're teaching us, and they want us to be better every day. They're pushing us to be better. And I just looked at him and I was like, dang.
Now,
that's how he's thinking.
Now, couldn't our armed services use that as a resource to pull from when they finish versus going out here and trying to recruit? Could you just pull from that?
Numbers have been low.
You understand what? You could just pull from that, like, hey, when you graduate from here, just like at the Naval Academy, you have people going in as second lieutenants. Some sergeants, like, hey, depending on how you test when you come out here, that's what you're going into the military. You did this to learn structure, and it helped you, but now this is the upside. Now you're going to go into the military, and now we're going to start paying you for the same things that you was already doing.
How about that? And you've been doing it. You've been molded.
You've been molded
for this.
Was that not a good soldier? Could that individual, could a good percent of those individuals just say, hey, I'm going to make this a career?
Yeah. And
I love this.
This is a part of your resume. That will be your resume.
Let me see, Chief Lynn, what did he say? He has 2 comments. He said, the government won't fund the program because it's not considered a project. If it was a project, it brings revenue for the government. I think it hasn't been put out there.
We got
because we got to do something to help urban communities.
Yeah. This
will help that. I think it's a great idea.
It is.
It has never been told to the government in this way. And he also says they have those military schools for children who are troubled. Those who are not troubled are put on a path for future cadets from West Point and the Naval Academy.
Yeah, but when you say, see, I know military schools you're talking about.
Okay.
And those are for rich kids.
I was thinking that already. I mean,
those from the other place, and he's combining rich kid military school and boot camp. When your kid get in trouble, they go to Pennsylvania for a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 2 different things. He kind of combined them. I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But no, I'm telling you, we gotta force this.
We gotta force because it has to be something to say, hey, government, we gotta find a way to take all this murder and all this negativity out of the urban areas. You have to. You have to create this academy that can hold 3 to 500 individuals.
If LeBron James can do one man,
One man.
then the state The
Yeah.
government can do it. And I'm gonna tell you now, all you need, and I'm gonna tell you the beautiful thing about it. The Marine Corps does it. The Marine Corps only have 2 boot camps. You got one in California,
Okay. In South Carolina?
South Carolina.
That's it. Okay.
That's it, right? You can have a little schedule thing, and you can fly people in,
Mm-hmm.
train them up, have them living there,
Okay.
and that'd be it.
Yeah.
You're getting them out of wherever they were.
Right.
You're putting them in a different setting.
You're possibly preserving their life.
You are. A lot of, I'm quite sure that, I don't know what it would be. I'm sure the percentage would be high as far as
It would be
preserving
high.
them.
But it has to be something that has to be a big step forward, saying, hey, we got to stop just funneling money and letting our government officials in our so-called states or whatever do what they do with this money. And like, we created this program, we gave this nonprofit this amount of money, but are you following to see if the nonprofit is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing?
This is my thing. If you can allow $115 billion to be owed in child support to the government, you can go ahead and put some money aside and build that military.
Build those military academies. I'm gonna say Maryland, Chicago. I think Philly and Maryland could kind of maybe share the same
They
one.
can. The DMV and Philly can share.
Yeah, they can share the same one. It could just be a big one.
Mhm.
Okay. What else? LA.
Definitely LA.
Definitely LA.
And it's something that,
And Florida.
we need to push. These are ideas, and I'm sure other people have talked about this and spoken on it, but if we don't go ahead and get with our politicians, and it's hard, because I'm still trying to get Ryan Dorsey to return
Say his
call.
name, Ryan Dorsey.
To return my calls, to return the emails I have sent him. He told me he was going to get back with me. He told me he was going to be on this show,
Exactly.
and I can't get in touch with the brother. Okay? But we got to go ahead and do it. Tawanda Jones, I hope I'm saying the last name right. Every Wednesday she's out there for West Wednesday.
Okay.
If she can do it, we can do it. We
Absolutely.
gotta want to do it.
Yeah.
We gotta want to do it. You can't just keep talking about it, watching on the news, social media, Facebook.
And say, oh, this is terrible.
We gotta go ahead and do it. We gotta go ahead and do something.
And that's what we need. And I hope those that are listening right now, those that's going to listen later, we have to have forward thinking. We got to have some out of the box thinking, because the way that we've been telling our children, even us, go to school, get a good job. Guess what? That's not working for all.
No.
It's not working for all.
Not at
And
all.
those that we have to say, just how the white Republicans in Alabama is trying to preserve their heritage by making abortions legal, we got to find a way to preserve our black men and give them a chance to be better. And the government needs to step in and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do something that's never been done before. We need to create this. You have too much military personnel that wants to pour into black youth, want to show them the right way. But there's no platform that has been created other than if you make it on these streets and you get out of high school, you can sign up for the military.
Yeah, you said something right there, and it caught me. Not only do we have to go ahead and stand up and promote it, right? But it's got to be something that we don't talk negative against. I know a lot of people who talk negative about the military. Nah, it's the white man's thing. This, that, and the third, and they kill possible dreams for kids. Okay, you gotta let it go. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Okay. If somehow they were to get this to go to the floor and they were going to take it, do not kill someone's success before it even become a possibility.
Before even have the possibility to even be a blossom.
Yeah.
Don't kill it.
Don't kill it. If it's something that you don't agree with, then don't agree with it. Be silent. Maybe talk to your wife. But you never know. Like you said, it could save more lives.
It could save more lives.
And do more good than harm. I can't really see it being a negative thing. You out here, you're doing nothing.
Because when you sit back and just from the infancy state, just running through my mind during the summer, you know, they don't need to basically come back home. You can put those individuals, and now they can go do like summer Olympics against other academies in other states now that you created.
Exactly. Major pain for instance.
Major thing.
How that was set up.
Yep.
Okay.
That was rich families though.
It
But
was
again,
rich families, but something like that to give people, you know, a little example.
Yeah.
Something like that, and it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Another thing that we do, as far as the black community, we go ahead and label. Oh, that's what white people do. So. So.
Their expectancy of life is longer.
Yeah. It ain't gonna make you white, but I mean, if it's gonna help you to live longer and give you a chance at a better future,
Yes.
do it.
Do it.
Do it. You know, because the one thing that they do and we laugh at is that they do copy us.
Okay.
They do copy us.
Mm-hmm.
But then when someone mentions something like that, we laugh and we kind of frown on it, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at all that they quote unquote have, all that they can quote unquote get, and that's given to them.
Mm-hmm.
It can be done for us the same way. We just gotta put ourselves in those positions.
That's what it is.
We gotta stop looking at it as that's a white thing. Those
Yeah.
white people.
And we gotta force change as a community. We gotta force it.
We gotta force
We
change.
gotta
It's
force
important, you know. And most importantly, we cannot forget about the black fathers.
Absolutely not.
You can't. We love our mothers. Our mothers are near and dear to our heart. They are everything. But unfortunately, and it's been proven, they can't do it all. Nope. They can't do it all. You take a look at this past weekend. You take a look at the carnival. You take a look at Chicago. You take a look at Kodak Black. Just take a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You need black fathers in the house. They need to be acknowledged. Okay? If you have a problem with your kid's father, keep it to yourself.
Right.
Talk to your girlfriends on one pink silk night.
Yeah.
Don't do it around the kids.
Or be an adult and say, hey, we need to have a sit down and have a conversation. And put our feelings for each other on the side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Take a look at what's going on. Take a look at what's going on. It's bigger than you.
It's bigger.
Your relationship with the kid's father and the mother
Mm-hmm.
can save your child's life.
Exactly.
We're talking about the black community. And we kind of went all over the place with this one.
But I think we touched on
We
it.
touched a little on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Are black women to blame for the negative perception that some black fathers have? Yeah,
Absolutely.
somewhat. But then we got to take some responsibility for ourselves too,
Mhm.
because we shouldn't give up. We shouldn't allow ignorance to push us away and keep us away.
Mm-hmm.
Let her be ignorant on her own. Continue to fight. Let your child see you fight to be
Fight the good fight. That's
Fight
right.
the good fight. And hopefully one day she will fall back. But one day your child will be 18 and grown.
Yeah.
Okay, but we need to acknowledge that we do have a lot of good black fathers out here and doing everything they can to be in their child's life. We have 2 minutes. I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again,
Most definitely.
checking into the lounge. We have our last show next week.
Unfortunately.
We're taking off for the summer, bitches.
We're taking off for summer.
And but as always, thanks for the support over the last 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna say it tonight. I'm gonna say it next week. Don't forget to go out and buy some gifts for Father's Day. Have not seen a Father's Day commercial yet.
Actually, I saw a Father's Day commercial on Tuesday, right after Memorial Day.
You did?
I did.
Was it?
It was on cable. It wasn't on local channels, but it was on the cable channel.
Everybody's watching Netflix, Hulu.
Yeah.
They probably didn't see that shit.
But you know,
Hey, look, y'all be cool. We'll check y'all next week. Tomorrow,
I'm Black Jack.
we out.
Thank you, family.
Every time I come in here, y'all be talking bad about women.